Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It is good to be back. Um, Good little weekend. For the Patreons, the lock of the week definitely hit. But one of the fights of the three got pulled. The Faiz fight, so we didn't get paid out in full, but we still obviously made money on that, which is always good. Come on in. We got Rocket up in here. We'll wait for the rest of everyone else to roll in before we get started. We're going to talk about Bam and Bam Rodriguez and Juan Francisco Estrada in what should be it was a good fight. It's a crossroads fight. It's a fight between a future Hall of Famer and one of the best young fighters of the sport, 24-year-old Bam Rodriguez, 34-year-old Juan Francisco Estrada, who's first ballot Hall of Fame. And I got some interesting thoughts on Estrada that I want to get into. Before we get out, let's read these comments here. What's up, Gary? Thinks Tio gets a KO. Rodriguez gets a decision. Not a KO. Estrada has never been knocked out. I think it will be tough for Bam Rodriguez. Rocket. I think Tio gets the stoppage, right? For sure. I think Bam may get a stoppage too. I'm going to look at the odds. I think there's a good chance that Bam gets a stoppage. Bam's definitely going to win. So, look, put Bam to win in your parlay. And let's take a look at the odds. Bam stopped Rungvisai, who was an immovable force. I know Estrada's never been stopped. You're not wrong with that. He's never been stopped. And Estrada's a great fighter. But how is he going to fight him? If he gets on his back legs and tries to move, he'll lose, but he'll survive. I can't see him looking to fight that way, Rocket. So I think there's a decent chance Bam gets the knockout. Sonny Edwards is the same day, but he's fighting Adrian Carell. Wait, is that what we call him? Adrian Dominguez? Adrian Carell. Hang on 1 second. Adrian Carell Dominguez. Is that what we're calling him now? He's the guy that 24-5 he fought Nostanger. He got stopped in the 10th round in the fight that I thought he had a chance to win. He's been knocked out by Nostanger twice, and that's really the only name. He's a Mexican. He's only Curel. LOL. Am I saying that wrong? Curiel? Am I saying it wrong? My bad. I want to. I gotta go study the tape. I gotta go watch the two Nostingers fight. I've seen him twice, and he's got one vicious knockout, and then he got knocked out. Other than that, I studied the tape on him. I'm not remembering for the second Nostinger fight, and I picked him to win the second Nostinger fight, and that obviously didn't happen. Curel, I don't know. Does Tio get the KO? I think so, Ellie. We were just talking about that. If I had to guess, I would say Teofimo gets a mid-round stoppage. I like Claggart. It's not that Claggart sucks. I think Claggart's going to have some moments. I think Claggart's going to have success in spots. Like he's going to land. I don't know if he'll win any rounds or anything like that. Claggart's not a bad fighter. He's just going to come up short at this level, and he's in front of you. He's in front of you to be hit. And at 35, I think it's just a matter of when. I think Tio has sensational power, sensational speed, reflexes. He's a super athlete. Yeah, I would say that Teofimo gets the Lopez. Teofimo Lopez gets the stoppage. I would think he gets the knockout probably, I don't know, around 6 or 7. But it really could come at any time. You know, And it's not a knock on Claggett. Claggett's a good fighter. Claggett's won 8, 9 fights in a row. He's looked good. He's gotten decent wins. He's got the win over Alberto Mercado, third round destruction. He's got a win over a guy named Carlos Sanchez. He's done some decent work. Nothing really. Well, you can't say that Machado's not a all-world fighter. He is an all-world fighter. He was a former world champion. So factor that in. We can think what we want about Alberto Machado. We can say he shot. We can say he was up. He was never that good. He beat Jezreel Krause and he won a world title. So he's a former world champion. Rocket says two pick him because him coming forward. Tio doesn't do good with movers at all. Yeah, he doesn't. And that's why I like this fight I don't think Claggett's a bad fighter. I just think he's tailor-made. I think he's tailor-made for Teofimo Lopez, and I think he might do well, in spots, and he may land, and we may go, Claggett's having moments here, but eventually, I don't think it's going to be that long. I think Teofimo gets knocked out for sure. Dio's going to dance around for 12 rounds and be smiling, having the time of his life. Fast car, Eddie, you think this goes 12? I can't see it going 12. I can't see it. Like, Claggett is on you like a gnat. Like, he's just on you, throwing shots. Like, he's going to get caught. But we'll see. Dan Cahill says, does Bam get the stoppage? Rocket is leaning towards no. I'm kind of leaning yes. I'm not sold. DraftKings hasn't put the odds out as of yesterday on that when I did the video, so I'm not totally sure. But I think there's a very good chance. I would say a better than 50-50 chance that Bam gets the stoppage. I would say it's a 60% chance in my estimation that Bam gets the stoppage. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hang on, y'all. I say there's a better than 50-50 chance in my estimation. If I'm picking this fight, I would say Bam gets a late stoppage. I understand Estrada. I'm going to get into my thoughts on Estrada in just a minute. And he's obviously a great fighter. So I don't mean this in any type of disparaging way. He's a terrific fighter. He's a Hall of Fame fighter. He's a first ballot fighter. He's been pound for pound. He's a great fighter. I think he's past his prime. I think Bam Rodriguez is one of the best 5 fighters in the sport. I would 4, 5, or 6, somewhere in that range, 4, 5, or 6, or I think it's the top 3. I think it's Terrence Crawford, Usyk, and Inoue in some order. I put it reverse that order. Then 4, 5, and 6, I think is Bam, just the best fighters. Bam, Tank, and Shakur. It's 4, 5, and 6, and you can put that in any order you want. I'd probably put him at 5 behind Tank. Just kind of my thoughts on that. But Bam's got, for what Bam is, a 112 pounder, a 112. He's got a great resume, 112, 115. He's one of the best fighters in the world. He's blowing everyone out. Every time he takes a big fight, he absolutely demolishes his opponent. So keep that in mind. I think there's a good chance Bam gets the stoppage. The other guy is experienced enough to stay away with Bam as well. Bam by decision is the way. Okay, look, I don't hate that. I don't think that's crazy. Like I said, I said there's a 55% chance Bam knocks him out. So I'd say there's a 45% chance that Estrada goes to this. But let me ask you this, Eddie. Fast car Eddie, the Hitman Hearns. that is a great name. When have you seen Estrada fighting to survive? Right, like he's lost with Rungvisai, he's lost to Chocolatito. When have you ever seen him fight to survive? Like I just don't think that's what he is. Now he can fight up the back foot. He did it in his last fight with Estrada. Estrada did it in his last fight with Chocolatito. So maybe, Rocket said decision. That's cool. I don't hate that. They put the props on Hard Rock. Rocket, what is the odds on Bam by stoppage? Got to be probably around even money, right? You got the odds for Bam by stoppage? I think Edwards and Bam are the best picks on the DAZN fight card. We got a discrepancy because it was Rocket who said that they liked. Was it Rocket? Who said that they liked Adrian Curiel, Dominguez, whatever we're calling him today? Stop using DraftKings. Bovada post odds early. All right. Is this, you guys, let me know. If you guys are in the Patreon, join the Patreon. Let me know what sports book you guys want me to use. If you want me to stop using DraftKings, let me know. And I will. I've just always used DraftKings. I get. I don't like what they do with the props either. But if you're in the Patreon, let me know. If you guys want me to stop using DraftKings, I can use something else. Rocket says you could be right because of the lack of activity for Estrada. Estrada's very selective with his shots. He's very selective with his shots. And that works well for him, but he might get knocked out too. Junior Smile, great channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Guys, if you haven't, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So I got it. Bam stoppage is minus 165. Rocket saying it's plus 155. That's a big swing. Elliot, what book are you using? And Rocket, is that Rocket's using Hard Rock, right? Elliot, what book are you getting Bam stoppage is minus 165? Because Rocket's got plus 155 and World of Wrestling's got Bam at plus 140 for the stoppage. And he says, I use FanDuel and DraftKings, occasionally MGM Bet. Rocket's got 155 for the stop, plus 155 for the stoppage, and minus 110 for the decision. If you like your decision, Rocket, take him by decision. World of Wrestling's got so okay. He's somewhere around a plus 150, we'll say, for a stoppage. That's not bad, guys. $100 makes you 150. 150 makes you 225. Bovada. Okay, he's using Bovada. And Bovada's got him at minus 140 for the stoppage? What'd you say it was? Minus 165. Huh. Junior Smile says, Bovada, bet online. Great avatar picture. The champ, Andre Ward. One of my all-time favorites, Junior Smiles. Bovada, bet online, and bet us. All right. Elliot says, I'm in California. We can't use those other ones besides Vegas. Is that right? I don't know all the state laws. Okay. Rocky says, hey, Gary, I sent you a picture on the Patreon. All right. Well, let's take a little look-see. All right. So here's what I got. Here's what Rocket sent me. Estrada by decision, plus 575. Estrada by KO, TKO, or DQ, plus 1,000. That's a crazy bet right there. They're really disrespectful. Plus 1,000? Wow. Rodriguez by decision, minus 110. Rodriguez by stop is plus 155. And a draw is plus 1,750. We got anyone in here who bets draws? I know some people like to bet draws. When it hits, it hits. And a lot of times in these fights, you get draws. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount of times you can get draws. It can really pay. By the way, do you happen to know if it's legal to bet on offshore sports books like Bet Online? I think that's going to depend on your state, World of Wrestling. I think that matters. Depends what state you are. If you can bet online, you can bet online. In Texas, I can't, so it would be illegal. I don't know where you are, but if you can bet online, I think that you can bet online. I think you can bet online offshores. Soccer has the best odds. F boxing. I don't know anything about betting soccer. Do you bet soccer? Clearly, you bet soccer, Elliot. Are you in the UK or are you in the US or where are you, Elliot? I've never bet soccer. If you can look, I don't care. I think boxing you can bring down the odds. That's why I do this channel. And I know boxing inside now, but I think you can bring and I've shown it with my Patreons, right? Like join the Patreon. Link is in the description. Join the Patreon. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. But if you can bring the house down, Elliot, betting soccer, do it. Like, do it. I'm in Florida and we have bet on Hard Rock. We can bet on Hard Rock. Bet. Yeah. World of Wrestling, Hard Rock. They got an arena there at them. Yeah. Texas, we can't bet at all online legally. My parlay for Saturday: Bam, Sonny, Tio, and Ray. Okay, I don't know the UFC guy, Junior Smile. What are the odds on that? Because Sonny, Tio, and Bam all on the money line is going to pay you around minus 150, depending on what book you're using. That's what I got. I got minus 150 on that same parlay. I like that parlay. Trust me, you would never bet another boxing fight after seeing soccer odds. Well, now I got to get into soccer, Elliot. That you like, if you can do it, do it. Like, if you can make money betting soccer, bet soccer. If you can make money betting darts, bet on darts. Like, I don't make money. Like, bring down the house. Okay, I will stick with boxing. I won too much money on this. Yeah, Rocket bet Tank Davis by 8th round knockout. Shout out to Rocket. So I wanted to get into Juan Francisco Estrada real quick. And I'm not trying to hate on Gallo. Like I said, great fighter, Hall of Fame fighter, has incredible wins, multi-division world. How many divisions? 108, 3 division world champion? Is that right? Or just 2? Did he ever win a title at 108? He didn't, right? Just 112, 115. Either way, he's a Hall of Famer. But here's my point about Estrada. I think he's lost 3 times to Chocolatito Gonzalez. I think he's lost all 3. The third one, highly debatable. The second, he lost, and the first, he lost. I think he's 0 for 3 with Chocolatito. He's got the win, the stoppage over Quadras. Hats off to you, and a win over Rungvisai. He's also got a loss to Rungvisai, and he's got another win over Quadras, which I thought he lost. He got a knockdown in the 10th that turned the fight in his favor. I still think he lost even despite the knockout. So what I'm saying about Estrada is this. You take that Quadras win and you turn it into a loss. So now he split with Quadras, split with Rungvisai, and is 0-3 against Chocolatito. His career is viewed very differently. If the judges get the decisions right, as I see it, against those 3 guys, he's 2-5. Not 3, whatever. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4, 5-2. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's got 3 more losses. He's 2-5, not 5-2 against those all-time great fighters. And I'm not knocking Estrada. He's obviously a great fighter. But if he's 2-5 against those 3 guys, not 5-2, his career is viewed very, very differently. Very differently. And that's kind of my point, is Estrada, it's worked out for him. He's gotten the wins. He also ducked Josh Franco. He definitely ducked Josh Franco. That's for sure. I can get into it if that needs to be explained. I can walk you through the steps up, but he absolutely ducked Josh Franco to fight some dude named Arhi Cortez, who no one ever heard of. Let me get to some of these chats. But Estrada deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and he will get in. It's an even odd parlay, bro. You are the GOAT of boxing. I appreciate that. Rocket says minus 500 for Ray Soraya. UFC has great odds too, and parlaying boxing is definitely possible to do. I prefer straight bets though. Minus 130 Ian Gary. Great UFC pick for Saturday. Minus 130. Everyone likes this Ian Gary pick. If you guys like it, parlay it with Bam and Sonny and Tio. Make some big money. Junior Smile, Venom Page might win that though. I am staying away from that fight. Does anyone in the chat, does anyone here like Estrada for the win? Does everyone like Bam? Because the odds makers are really disrespecting Estrada. I thought this was going to be closer. I thought Bam would be a favorite. I thought it would be closer. Minus 450, minus 500. The odds for Bam are really, really wide. And I expect him to be a favorite. I expect him minus 210, minus 190, something like that. But the odds, I thought were a little wild. Lamont Roach fight. Do you guys want me to do a video on Lamont Roach? I can do a video on it, but like we're all taking Lamont Roach to win this fight, right? I just don't want to. I'm looking at the odds, and I don't want to get dragged into this fight. The odds are awful. I don't want to get suckered into betting on McCrory and then getting it wrong, right? I don't look. I know Lamont Roach personally, friend of the show. He's a great dude. He'll probably win. I don't think Lamont Roach is all that good. And I saw him at like minus 1,800. He's not that good. Lamont Roach is not that good. Yes, sir. If Bam finna win. Yeah, I can't see it any other way. Bam all day. Bam is going to win. Ian Gary decision and a boring fight, I think. Back. Estrada isn't as fast, which is why I think. World of Wrestling says Estrada isn't as fast, which is why I think Bam should win. Yeah, Bam is lightning fast. He's got incredible feet, his angles. He fires in combinations. He's accurate from the long range. I just think Bam is one of the 5, maybe 6 best fighters in the world. I just think it's going to be hard for an older guy to deal with him. And I think that's why it might be a stoppage. But the guys who say Estrada is great and all this, they're not wrong. No one had stopped Rungvisai before Bam did it too, right? I don't think so. I think. Let me look that up. Oh, apparently he had been stopped before. Who stopped him? Oh, he got stopped his first 2 fights as a pro. Oh, look at that. Rungvisai 0-2, 2 stoppage losses in his first 2 fights. That's interesting. I have a lock for 2024. Everyone, Makayev plus 125 in a few weeks. All right, you heard it from Junior Smile. Mokayev is a future champ, I promise. All right, if you're using my platform, Junior Smile, you better be right. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the Bam Rodriguez. I'm sorry, Teofimo Lopez. I'm going to be doing a live stream on Teofimo. Should be interesting. Get a wide spectrum of thoughts on Teofimo Lopez. Some people think Teofimo Lopez is the greatest thing in the history of the world, and some people think he's absolute dog trash. So, it'll be interesting. I think Teofimo's going to win by stoppage, though. And I like Steve Claggett. I just think stylistically, he's there to be hit. He's going to be in front of you when he's going to get hit. So, I got World of Wrestling says, what do you think of Sonny Edwards fight coming up? I like Sonny. It's a dangerous fight because Sonny can't really punch, and he's in with a puncher. Sonny likes to get a little brave sometimes, and with a puncher, when you can't punch, if you want to get a little brave, that can always be dangerous. So my hunch is Sonny by stoppage, but if you want to take Curiel by stoppage and really roll the dice on it, I understand that bet. I wouldn't be mad at that bet. I don't think it'll hit. What is Curiel by stoppage? Does anyone have odds on that? If you can get Curiel by stoppage. Oh, it's an interesting bet. It could happen. It's not out of the question. They both have boxing exclusives on Hard Rock for Bam and Tio. 7 to 12 knockouts plus 250. It's not a bad bet. It's not bad. I kind of like that. Wait. No. Plus 130. Plus 130 for what? Curiel by stop is not plus 130. That's got to be plus like 800. We're gonna. Oh, for Bam, plus 130 for Bam by stoppage. Yeah, yeah. Is it just? You just sent me. Hang on, I'm getting all confused. Bam by stoppage has it 155 plus 155 here. 250 for Tio. Okay, 250 for Tio. That's plus 250 for Tio by stoppage. Yo, that's a good bet. That's a really good bet. And I don't think Claggett sucks. I just think he's gonna get stopped. I was what is the line for Curiel? Dominguez, whatever we're calling him this week. What's the stop? What are the odds? Because he can hit, and Sonny can't. I like to see that. Basically, the way I see the fight going down is Bam controls the action. He works his angles. He fires in shots. He breaks him down, and either gets a stoppage like he did with Rungvisai or just wins every round like he did with Quadras. Now, when you think about it, Quadras and Estrada fought two very even fights. Now, yes, Estrada got the stoppage in a very good fight, but those were even fights. No props for that yet. Junior Smile says, T.O. due for a quality win by TKO. I agree. I think he'll get the stoppage. Teofimo Lopez hasn't, outside of Pedro Campa, Teofimo Lopez hasn't gotten stoppages lately. Right? Like Comey went through destructive. He was stopping everyone. When you go through it, Jermaine Ortiz went the distance. Josh Taylor went the distance. Sandor Martin went the distance. Pedro Camper, he stopped. He lost to Kambosos and Lomachenko. So since the pandemic, Teofimo Lopez only has one stoppage. Now you can say he's due, or you can say that this fight's going to go the distance because Teofimo doesn't stop people anymore. Either way, you're making a valid argument. I hope they make betting on pro wrestling legal in the U.S. because if they do, I will be able to quit my 9-to-5 job. Let's go if you think so. But here's my question, World of Wrestling. Wouldn't they just whoever controls the outcome of professional wrestling, wouldn't they just look at which way the odds are being bet, like which one most of the money is coming in on, and then go the other way with it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I haven't watched professional wrestling in like 20 years. I don't know. I'm asking. I do, but I'm gonna drop the video tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the tape on Curiel. I will let y'all know. I do think that he wins. I would take Sonny Edwards. Look, guys, Sonny Edwards was considered the best fighter in England, a borderline pound for pound guy who ran into Bam Rodriguez. Running into Bam Rodriguez doesn't make you a bad fighter. It just means that you ran into Bam Rodriguez. And Bam Rodriguez, losing to Bam Rodriguez, there's no shame in that. There's no shame. Bam Rodriguez is that dude. You lost to Bam Rodriguez. No big deal. It happens in life. Bam Rodriguez is going to beat a lot of people. And yes, Bam Rodriguez demolished him. I understand. I get it. Bam Rodriguez is one of the best fighters in the world, though. So it's going to happen. All right, guys, join the Patreon. Hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up. Let me know if you have any last minute thoughts, questions, comments. Otherwise, we're gonna be wrapping this up in the next few minutes. Just wanted to break it down. I think that's true, but on Bet Online, they go with what they believe is gonna. I'm sorry. That's true, but on Bet Online, they go with what they believe is gonna book to win in a match. I'm pretty sure they will make it happen because they're all talks and making. Yeah, like they can make money on it, they'll make it legal for sure, and the governments will go along with it because they can tax the profit. So look, if they can make money on it, they'll do it. I think it's more a matter of when than if World of Wrestling. I think like there's no reason why it shouldn't be legal. If that's what you want to bet on it. Like go ahead, bet on. Uh, you can bet on other things that are rigged. I'll just leave it at that. Tank only minus 220 versus Lomachenko. Ooh, ooh. I like that. That's gonna move. Like guys, I don't know if that fight's gonna happen next, but there's a good chance it happens next. You might want to lock in on that now. You might want to lock in on Tank versus Lomachenko right now because it's not going to get better than minus 220, right? It's only going to get worse than minus 220. And no disrespect, Lomachenko. He's 100 years old. Tank is in his peak. Tank is absolutely peaking. Tank is going to stop Lomachenko. You can rest assured that Tank is going to stop Lomachenko. There's no question about it. The only question is what round. I'm not going to speculate on that just yet. The odds are going to go up when you get close to Tank. Yeah, I agree. So lock it in now if you want. My boy Fast Car Eddie is back. Says no Moss is too old. How he doesn't take this fight. I'm not following Fast Car. Round 10. Oh, no Moschenko. I got you. I'm an idiot, Fast Car Eddie, the Hitman Hearn. I'm a moron. No Moschenko is too old. How doesn't he take this fight? I hope he takes this fight. Yeah, no, I got you. You said no Mas. I had Roberto Duran in my head. No Moschenko. He's gonna take the fight. He's gonna take the fight. Look. We can say what we want about Nomaschenko. He's a fighter. Like he likes the big fight. He likes the hard fight, and he's gonna take this. He likes the challenge. His goal was to be the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. A lot of people thought he was robbed of that in the Devin Haney fight. He wants that. He thinks he can still get there. I don't think he can. He's not going to beat Tank Davis. So let's see. Tank stoppage round 10. You've been good at this, Rocket. That sounds reasonable to me. It sounds as good as any other bet you can make. It's Tank by stoppage in round 10. Let's go. Why not the 10th round? Why not? I like it. All right. Tomorrow, Tiffy Lopez, Steve Claggett review. Try to do it around the same time. Let me know what time works best for y'all. Again, if you guys are Patreon, if you want me to, I'm losing my head. If you want me to use a different book, if you want me to no longer use DraftKings and you're a Patreon, or if you want me to suggest another book, join the Patreon. It's $5 a month and it makes you money. Let me know in the Patreon what book y'all want me to use. And if it's a universal kind of feeling, I will go with that. It doesn't matter to me what book we use. I'm going to bring down the house regardless. Jared Anderson seriously, what is with those odds? No shade to Martin Piccoli, but Martin Piccoli's not going to beat Jared Big Baby Anderson. I saw this too, Junior Smile. Like this is one right now. Lock into this parlay minus 180 on the money line, Jared Anderson, and minus 220 Tank Davis. That can't miss. I would lock that in right now. That is I'm gonna parlay. Let me break out my old rusty parlay calculator and tell me what those odds are right now. If you hit this parlay, which is going to hit, which is minus 220, Tank Davis on the money line, and minus 180, Mark Bacoli on the money line. It pays plus 126. Guys, lock into that right now. Seriously, this parlay, I'm going to put it right here. Catterall Progray, honestly, and Regis is one of my boys. He's one of my favorite guys in the sport. Jack the Cat. I think Progray's completely shot. This was a few years ago. I think Progray takes him apart, but Progray has been bad recently, man. And that's my boy. I hate to say it, but at this stage of both of his career, I'm gonna take Jack the Cat. August 24th. Yeah, I'm taking Progray, especially over there. It's over in the UK, right? Gotta go, Jack Catterall. Two great guys, two really, really good guys. I've gotten an interview and talked to both of them. Two really, really, really good guys. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up. Everyone is leaving anyway. Any last minute thoughts, comments, super chats, leave them now at the buzzer. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this up. It is June 24, 2024, from Texas to the world. Thank you and God bless.